Bear with me, because I am nervous. Let's open this up and see what we've got in the bag of goodies. Be warned, you're involved. Now then, for them who don't know me, my name's Peg, and I'm a big mate of Kev's. So, I would like to thank you all for coming.
See you later.
And along with a special occasion to celebrate the marriage of Madge, Debbie and Kevin. So I say to Benny, never seen a tan like that in my life. So we called round yesterday just to pick the rings up and everything, and I saw Deb and a friend Sue, and I've never seen a colour like it in my life. The pair had just been spray tanned, and I thought, that isn't a colour. The only way is X, it's just got nothing. There's a new programme out next week called Tewick. The only way is Castle. So, now, like I say, a lot of people might not know me. These lot do. You do. So, I've got a lot of respect and I love them to bits. So let's just go through a little few of the things what I know about Big Man. And I know a few things. They might be true, they might not be. But today I have got the truth. Because little Glad will back me to the hilt, won't you?
Yeah.
I must admit, Glad, that's a lovely shade of peroxide. Dear. Gotta admit, that's like back in the 80s. George Michael's coming through in a minute. So if you want to get up and have a little dance, alright. So I've lost my place here. This has just gone well out of the before. Right. A few stories and that. First of all, Glad, I'm bringing you into it. Got me top of the list. Now, many years ago, as I was growing up with these, Kev, George, his late dad and everything, brilliant. I've had the best laughs ever. Now Gladys she looked after me like anything. The hairdo was unbelievable. Even back then, the hair was, in fact, it's been toned down tonight. Because many years ago, Newcastle Council even had a word when he lived up the island in Cross May Street and says, Glad, if you want to save on electric, turn your lights off in Cross May Street and we'll pay for you, because even at 10 at night, that air glows the street. Brilliant. But after that, Nicky Clark, all of them people who are into fashion, Nicky Clark, Tony and Guy, Vidal Sassoon himself has paid a visit to Cross May and asked Glad for the mix. And all she can say is, I'm not selling it, it's a real special. Even Georgie be proud of that, wouldn't he? Them crushes will be all over the floor now, won't they? Right, so the next one, you've had enough now. I think I'm finished on that bit. So, right, next thing, I'm so privileged being here. Deb, brilliant. Thanks for having me best man cult on this important occasion. But what's an important, more of an occasion today was getting the match. You have cost me one day out today. I even had a pass out from that lady to go on the aisle. Down the town, Arsenal, you really gutted me. Couldn't have been any worse day. But still, we've had a good one. Even though we will. So, right, the next thing on the list of glory is Kevin Colton at school. What can I say about that at school? Didn't learn much. Didn't turn up much. All he based himself on was boss hog and bag puss. That's all he lived for, wasn't it? I can remember when he used to say, I'm beginning today, bag puss is on at 3. Can you do to that, lad? You try kicking him out. There was no way that was moving. Mind you, at 14 and a half, he was 20 stone. way to back me up was a time when we couldn't wear football memorabilia.
Here's what's coming.
You couldn't wear them. The headmaster said at the school, you can't wear football memorabilia. Now this Chelsea fan here turned up like Kenny Dalglish. He had the scarf, the Benny hat and everything. Didn't you?
No.
Did you?
Yes, he did.
Was it LFC?
Oh, well.
Liverpool?
Yeah.
Thank you, Glenn.
That's right.
Will he top the league?
Yeah.
Thank you. So he turns up in school with this Benny hat on, rolled up. He's like someone out of Dexy's Midnight Runners. And a Liverpool scarf wrapped up. We walked in and Mr. Hardman, who was our the headmaster at the time, says, "You're not coming in with that on?" He says, "Oh, I am." He says, "It's winter." Kev says, "I'm in." As Mr. Hardman went to take his hat off, Kev had a little. As he does, you know. But he managed to get the Liverpool scarf off him and the hat, and he says it's confiscated for 14 days. Where Kev's answer was, "No chance. My old man's up on you tonight. He needs that tonight for his Super Dream Monday." Which, well, I fall about. But, as all things go, Colt, I've seen Mr. Hardman the other week in Castle. And I told him that I was coming here today. He said, "I remember you." I says, "You were brilliant." Well, I've seen it. And he's, I've called round his house. And here's your scarf back. So we've got that back now. You want to pass it on? Chelsea nowhere. So that was that one. Let's have a look what else we've got. Now's my favourite. Now is my favourite. And you know all about it. How long have we got? Because the right time, we're going to go on all night. Confidence and everything.
Confidence.
Oh, well, bloody hell, Harry's come out. Right, the next one, Kev. Years ago, we had the BMX bikes, as you did in the time. And well,
It was coming again.
he had the BMX. Now, Kev, one of the best of balanced people. 12, 13, 14. Wasn't he? He was a weeble wobble. But he had this BMX. And holy smoke, you've never seen anything like it. Luckily, the wheels didn't buckle, but it moved. And Kev says to me one day, he says, "How do you do these wheelies?" Not braggy, but it was quite good on a BMX. And I loved it. And as for him, out Weeble, he hadn't got a clue. So we took him up into the Westlands, where a tree had taken the tarmac away, and I says, "You've got to hit that, Kev, at a nice speed. And just wheelie and pedal." Well, you've never seen anything like it. Debbie, you're so lucky having me here today. Because that was an injury. He rides up to this tree stump. I says, "Not too fast, not too slow. Get a little bit of lift and pedal." Well, he pedalled. He put a dent in Priory Road. A 3,000-year-old oak come down and he couldn't breathe. Where for 10 minutes he just lay on his back like a tailgate. "I can't breathe. Get me an ambulance." Now, to me and an old friend who Moose, which nobody knew, he was there. Was he?
Yeah, he was
Did it happen?
Yeah, he did.
Am I lying? Thank you very much. 25 years later, his first time was really admitted that he did do that.
But
You would
tell,
no, don't
you
put
used
it.
to tell the story. You used to tell the story and exaggerate.
Could you breathe?
You just told the
Could
truth.
you
there.
breathe?
No, couldn't.
There's no exaggeration. Did the tree come down?
No, we didn't. And no, we didn't put a dent in Priory Road either.
Yes, you did.
That's
It was on my notes here. 16th of December 1989. Your mum had a bill for 20 grand.
Still haven't paid it.
Oh, trust me, it hadn't been paid. The late George, he says, I'll give you some paint. There was a bill for 20 grand, he says here, from Newcastle Borough. For a new pavement, what you dented.
You just say 20 grand.
So, does that? Don't get me notes right. 20 grand for new pavement, is that right, lad? Thank you.
That's right.
20 grand for a new pavement and a 3,000-year-old oak would have been there since, I don't know if it's the Romans, the Normans.
2,000 years.
It was. That come down. He made that much of an indent, Alan. Nobody could use the road. So they built the columns. Did they pay? Did they actually run real? There was no chance there was any pain. The only thing they were paying for was that special. So, right, we've got on to that. But I'm glad you've admitted that. So glad you've admitted that, Mr. Cole.
You still exaggerating. I know, can't believe she's lying.
Did he drive back down that road? Can't breathe, so you get me an ambulance? Was he? Did he go in your house crying his eyes out? There was no lie about it.
I did tell Bill.
There's an 82 blank up your back here. So the next thing, what have we got on this list? The gnomes. Now a lot of people might think, what are they? But let me tell you, they have a lot of life in the Colton household. Don't be glad.
I know I've got one with a big long beard.
Is that Georgie's brother? Me and you'll have some fun later. You won't get me a drink, I'll tell you something. Bloody hell! Is he? Glad is he? Oh, brilliant. I'll have him. He's what?
His oldest brother.
Really? I thought you said he was Elvis.
He
Do you want to mention Elvis at all? Do you want to cut in short? No way, I'm on phone. Right, okay then. Right, what else did you want? Gnomes. Now them, as you know, can they make all sizes?
Oh yeah, but the rubbers used to stretch.
You couldn't back me up and say what colour most of them were, could you?
Yeah, red, white and blue.
Oh, no, we always had blue and green. There was two colours and they were like blue or green.
Coat paint blue.
depended what colour
You've never seen anything like it. Now, a lot of the time, when people did buy him, Longton Crane had left him. Yeah, you couldn't get him, they were solid concrete. 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot 3.
Off me.
He just put him in that green Chevy, didn't he? I want to do with it. I want to, but I'm not. So then we had the gnomes, which obviously brilliant. He were real shapes with him. So but Kev then, later on Laugh had his Vauxhall Chevette. Didn't you? What I wanted, it was blue. The old man painted it blue. I'm going to say he did, because he did. What was the first thing he put on that car? They were in the driving seat. Passenger driver and in the back. He thought, I've got some friends, I'll take them for a spin. No, the first thing he got was his old faithful Boss Oggs. Boss Oggs. Orns. The Dukes of Hazzard.
He did.
Didn't you?
Didn't
you, Deb?
No, I didn't.
You did, you like it? Put it on front on the bonnet.
Yeah, you did.
Did he, Gladys? Thank you, he did. Brilliant. Brilliant. There he has. Now, we've been even further into the delve. I've lost all this. Good. Well, I've got it all here. Right. Now. I've lost it. Right, the Boss Hog Horns. No, what do you mean the Boss Hog Horns? What are you... Yeah, the horns. Let me just say, let's cut it short, there was the horns from the cow, because you love boss hog, didn't you? You base yourself on boss hog.
And the white suit and
Ever
everything.
you say he was Roscoe Pico trader. Now listen, I've got your little present here, mate.
Oh my
I've got your summit. Let me have a little look at me delve.
What's that
Every
back?
day.
Where's that back come from?
Don't worry about it. Now, this Chevette was the best Chevette you've ever seen. Want it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Got the horns on the front, hadn't you? But what was the memory of all the time he used to pick you up? What did he play? You, Dixie. Everybody went. Well, to this day, Mr. Colton, forget a toaster or a microwave. I've got it. I'm on your back. It cost me a fortune. I've got it in there. Do you want to
They'll be alright on the post office, man.
Right, I'm having 5 more minutes and then that's your lot. Hang on, we'll get that out, The Chevy's been on, hasn't it? No. Now you've got it. This blue and green thing, what George used to have. To us, he might have painted your nose red, white and blue. But we had blue and green. Everything around Cross May Street was blue and green. In fact, at one stage I thought we were in an island. It's like Catholics, Protestants, everybody. We went to Cross May Street, we went from one colour to another. But this blue and green was the special. Now after Kevin done his wheelie and nearly died, he says, I don't want the BMX days anymore. I want to race it. I want a racing bike. Did he? Yeah. So we had this racing. Now I brought one off a friend of mine. And Kev went to his dad and little Georgie says, I'll knock you one up, Kev. Give us 3 days, you'll have the best. Did he have the best? Oh, happy now. Didn't he? He had the best. 3 days later, he says, oi, Kev. It's in the garage. Sorry, the shed. Now, the shed was blue and green. We went in, he moved past the gnomes, and there it was in the corner. This racing bike. You've never seen anything so green in your life. Tyres, spokes, the seat, everything was painted green. Am I right?
No, you're not.
Am I right?
You're losing it more than you.
It was, am I right? It was, am I right? It was the very best. What is Kev looked and thought, I can't be seen on that. I thought it was the best thing ever. Hey, it was the same colour as your man's car.
Who was that?
Was it? Was it green?
It was green. But the spokes, the seat, and everything else were painted.
Yes, they were. Oh, yes, they were. So, then we go one Sunday, this is hard to believe, because we went swimming at Newcastle Baths. I love it when he laughs, because he knows I'm true, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Did we come out to Newcastle? Did you go swimming or just go up the top for some to eat? Because I can't remember if we went swimming. We would have gone swimming, wouldn't we?
Bags of crisps.
A few bags of crisps, I thought as much. Did we come out and the bike was nicked?
Yeah.
Who would have wanted that bike? Nothing else. You wouldn't believe who'd wanted this bike, would you? 3 weeks later in Castle, did we see a tramp pushing it round?
Isn't Deck confronting them?
Did I say to you, Kev Colton, there's your bike? Did you say it in a mind?
Didn't Deck go to?
Well, you said that in my bike. What were you ashamed of it or something? George, you knocked it up. Did what happened? Well, to this day, mate, I went back. I went back to the swimming baths. And he had found it. I am good, but he had a word with the tramp. And to the next day, mate. I got your back. Bring it in, babe.